A very warm welcome to one and all. I, on behalf of Director CSIR-NEIST Jorhat, welcome you all to today's series on game-changing technologies. And today's seminar is on the topic Industry 5.0 and beyond, which is the brainchild of our respected Director Sir Dr. G. Narhari Sastry. May I now kindly request Dr. Jatin Kalita, Principal Scientist and Head RPBD, CSIR-NEIST Jorhat, to kindly deliver the opening remarks. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Tahira. On behalf of Honorable Director CSIR-NEIST Jorhat, Dr. G. Narahari Sastry, I extend warm greetings and welcome to all present here from CSIR-NEIST Jorhat. CSIR Northeast Institute of Science and Technology Jorhat is one of the multidisciplinary laboratories of CSIR, and being the multidisciplinary organization, the institute has developed sustainable technologies covering broad areas from environment to energy, including petroleum, agriculture, to healthcare. Over the years, the institute has generated more than 130 technologies. The institute has a glorious existence of more than 6 decades, contributing immensely to the economic, industrial, and social upliftment of northeastern region in particular and country as a whole. It gives me immense pleasure to bring to your kind attention that the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, known for its cutting-edge R&D knowledge base in diverse science and technology areas, is a contemporary R&D organization. Having a pan-India presence, CSIR has a dynamic network of 37 laboratories, 39 outreach centers, 3 innovation complexes, and 5 units throughout India. CSIR's R&D expertise and experience is embodied in about 46,000 active scientists, supported by about 8,000 scientific and technical personnel, and many research scholars. CSR is a premier organization engaged in scientific and industrial R&D in radio and space physics, oceanography, geophysics, chemicals, agrochemicals, drugs, genomics, biotechnology, and nanotechnology to mining, aeronautics, instrumentation, environmental engineering, and information technology. It provides significant technological interventions in many areas of scientific research. It provides significant technological intervention in many areas. It regards to the social efforts which include environment, health, drinking water, food, leather, housing, energy, farm and non-farm sectors for the last 80 years. Over the years, CSR is working for the industrial development in the country, where at present operation of industry has continually transformed from industry 1.0 to industry 5.0 and is still transforming beyond. Industry 5.0 is the phase of industrialization which integrates humans, advanced technology, and AI-powered robots to enhance workplace processes. This phase also emphasizes a human-centric approach that focuses on the well-being of workers, increased resilience, and sustainability. Industry 5.0 is enabled by the latest advancement in the technology, including artificial intelligence, automation, big data analytics, the Internet of Things, machine learning, robotics, smart systems, and virtualization, which are combined with a renewed focus on human skills and creativity. The objective of this present seminar where we are gathered here today is to give a brief overview of the scientific and technological advances that accompanies Industry 5.0 and beyond. The talks in the present seminar focuses on the relevance of these advanced technologies in real-world problems and the need for skilled human resources for transitioning to the next phase of industrial revolution. I hope that the seminar will help us all in enhancing our knowledge in this direction, and I once again welcome all the participants who are present online or those participating through YouTube to listen the all talks and gain knowledge, and which will be very helpful in their particular R&D work they are performing to for application. Thank you, Tahira, and you can go ahead with the program.
Thank you for the kind remarks, sir. The panelists for today's seminar are Dr. Uma Maheshwari, Dr. Prasujya Datta, Dr. Sumit Singh, Dr. Udita Basu, Dr. Robinson Timung, Dr. Sridhar Hiremat, Dr. Srinivas Ambala, Dr. Tonkesha Das, and myself, Dr. Twahira Begum. On the onset of the seminar, I would like to request the participants to post their queries in the comment section of our YouTube channel.
Tahira,
Yes, sir.
so who will be the first presenter? You can announce, introduce.
Yes, sir. I am myself as the first presenter, sir. I am glad to initiate the seminar with my presentation on Industry 5.0 to Industry 6.0. The industrial revolutions have evolved a lot from Industry 1.0 to the emerging Industry 6.0. The first industrial revolution was the age of mechanization, which started from late 18th century to early 19th century. The second industrial revolution was the age of mass production. The third industrial revolution was the age of automation. The fourth industrial revolution is the age of digitalization, which is presently ongoing. The Industry 5.0 is the emerging industrial revolution and is the age of human-machine collaboration. The sixth industrial revolution, that is Industry 6.0, is the anticipated emerging industrial phase, which is the age of hyperconnectivity and cognitive systems. Moving on to the Industry 1.0, the key features of Industry 1.0 was the shift towards mechanization with the invention of steam engine, spinning jenny, and power loom. This era saw the expansion of large-scale factories with mass production. Moving on to the impact of Industry 1.0, the economic scenario improved, cities developed with rapid urbanization, and it laid the foundation for technological advancement. The Industry 2.0 started from the late 19th century to the early 20th century, in which the key features of the era was assembly line, which revolutionized the division of labor, increasing efficiency. Moreover, the interchangeable parts simplified repairing with cutting down cost of repairing. The electrification was the major revolution of the era, along with technological advancement. Due to Industry 2.0, economic growth increased with rapid urbanization and led to better labor conditions. Moving to the Industry 3.0, this industrial era saw the rise of computerization, automation, and information technology. The advances in communication and transportation technologies facilitated globalization. As an impact of Industry 3.0, productivity increased with reduced costs, improved product quality, increasing the efficiency. Moreover, the labor market changed, with some jobs being replaced by machines and the emergence of new job roles in technology and maintenance. It also helped in further expansion of global market. The fourth industrial revolution, that is Industry 4.0, is the ongoing industrial phase in which emerged the Internet of Things that involves connecting physical objects and devices to the Internet, enabling real-time monitoring and control. Moreover, cyber physical system along with big data analytics and the most crucial, artificial intelligence are the key features of this era. As for the technologies, as I already mentioned, Internet of Things, cloud computing, data analytics, and artificial intelligence are some of the technological advances of the era, which will be further elaborated by my fellow panelists. As a result of Industry 4.0, the real-time monitoring and analysis has optimized the production process. Furthermore, customization has become feasible with improved connectivity and data sharing. The supply chain has been optimized. And majorly, Industry 4.0 has reshaped our job roles, requiring new skills in data analytics, programming, and digital technologies. Moving on to the emerging Industry 5.0, it is focused on creating a balance between human creativity and advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence and robotics. The key features of Industry 5.0 is the human machine collaboration for optimized decision making, problem solving, and creativity, personalization and customization with tailor made products and services for individual needs enabled by advanced technologies and data analytics. It also prioritizes sustainable and ethical practices addressing social and global challenges. The major technological advances of Industry 5.0 includes artificial intelligence and machine learning, enabling machines to understand and learn from computer inputs, enhancing collaboration and decision making. Augmented reality is a feature allowing interactive and immersive experiences. Also, Internet of Things, as I already mentioned, and sustainable practice are the key concepts of Industry 5.0. As an impact, Industry 5.0 will drastically increase the productivity and efficiency with improved customization, leading to better customer satisfaction along with addressing sustainable goals and improved job opportunities. Industry 5.0 is a game changer that will revolutionize the manufacturing industry and create new opportunities for innovation and growth. At last, we move on to the emerging Industry 6.0, which is focused on sustainability, circular economy, and ecological balance, holistic approach for integration of various industries, renewable and green technologies, and synergistic economic and environmental growth. Moving on to its future trend, this era is based on advancement in artificial intelligence and machine learning with increased automation and robotics in various industries, job role transformation along with societal and ethical consideration. The Industry 6.0 will have environmental, economic, and social benefit with reduced carbon emission, increased efficiency and better productivity, enhanced competitiveness and innovation, along with societal responsibilities. So, with this, we come to the conclusion that as the industrial revolutions have a profound effect on the world, transforming the way we live, work, and interact, it has made a quality living better. As we move towards Industry 6.0, it is essential to focus on collaboration, innovation, and sustainability to create a better future for all. Thank you for your patience. May I now request Dr. Uma Maheshwari to kindly deliver her talk on artificial intelligence and machine learning. Thank you, Twaira. A very warm welcome to one and all who joined this seminar, online seminar today. And I would like to thank Director Sir for giving me the opportunity to present the topic on AI and ML algorithm for automated processes. Process automation, it refers to the use of technology and software to automate repetitive tasks and ease the streamlined workflow within an organization. And it involves leveraging tools and techniques to automate manual process, reduce the human efforts with increased operational efficiency. I just want to give the simple definition for the process automation. It is not just only about the participation of human and machine that will make a better automation system. Indeed, it should be in collaboration. While Industry 5.0 is about adding features to the Industry 4.0, what can be made? Incorporating AI and ML system into the advanced technologies like IoT, cloud computing, virtual reality, and augmented reality, and so on. And whatever the computer architecture has been designed so far in this era will really make a changes in the industrial revolution and making it higher in evolution and OSHA role of higher hierarchy. The aim of this seminar is to bring the awareness among us to utilize the existing and emerging technologies for the betterment of environment and the mankind. The advent of artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques has revolutionized the way we handle and understand the complex data. So here I'm representing the major elements of AI and ML, which can be considered as the backbone of the AI and ML system. We'll see how these elements are making the better AI and ML system. Before talking about the data segment, first of all, we just have to define the problem, get the problem statement you want AI and ML system to solve, and identify the objective that you want to achieve. So comes under the data segment. First of all, collecting the data pool is important and storing it as a proper data repository is next important thing. We cannot directly give them as an input to the system. So for that, we need to pre-process the data prior proceeding. So it is nothing but a choice of making data input in the form of numerical, categorical, text, image, language, audio, video, time series, sensor, geospatial, logarithmic, transactional, behavioral, social media data, customer, market research, survey data, financial, health records, genomic, and web scraping. Here itself, we can predict what application A and ML holds. And the next thing is about choosing the choice of model. So models are the representation of learned knowledge from the trained data. Can we compare the human intelligence here? When we are putting under the problematic situation, we will learn through the experience and we will make the better decision and resolve the problem. The similar way the models, the machines are working, making use of model in the form of patterning. Models are constructed using algorithm that is a simple formula and the training data to identify the patterns and relationship within the data. There are different field came out as the brainchild of these ML models in case of pattern recognition from the images and videos. That is analog image processing and digital image processing. So this pattern recognition and image processing hold a huge role in advancement of the medical field for the many clinical diagnostic application like early detection of cancer and so on. And there are many other models exist like regression model if in case you use the numerical data as an input. And if you use a classification model, we have to give us the input as the specific categories. There are many other models like clustering model, which aims to identify the meaningful cluster as a result of already inherent patterning, which are mostly possess the similarities. And the main thing which is ruling this AI and ML area is the artificial neural network. It's a network. formed based on the inspiration from the structure and functioning of the human brain, which is used for various tasks, including image classification, natural language processing, and time series prediction. And comes under the deep learning, it is nothing but it is the advanced development of the ANN model structured with the additional layers or segment we can call. So deep learning models can automatically learn hierarchical representation of data and enabling them to capture complex patterns and make highly accurate predictions. And next one is the ensemble models. We can use that use of combination of multiple individual models just to improve the prediction. So comes under learning, we have different learning, supervised, unsupervised, and reinforced. So learning is based on the model pattern generated as per the supplied data nature, whether it might be labeled or unlabeled. If the model identify pattern, structure, or relationship within the data or without any predefined labels called the unsupervised learning. If the labels are already defined, we can say it is a supervised learning. So reinforced learning, uh, this is advanced in the learning of ML. So wherein the agent learns to interact with an environment to maximize a reward signal. The agent explores the environment, takes action, and receives feedback in the form of rewards or penalties to improve its decision making abilities. This learning mostly follows the deep learning, and it basically used for the ANN network. So we can say ChatGPT as an example, which is like which is automated one, which is learning through the patterns and give the output as per the input given by the users. And the next one is algorithm, which is very important for running this AI and ML system. To the given set of generated pattern, all machine is going to respond as, and also the algorithm or formula we are supplemented to the programming and coding languages and find the compatible software for the proper execution. And the choice of coding language depends on the factors such as personal preference and available libraries, as well as computational or requirements. Familiarity with relevant libraries and tools is important regardless of the chosen languages. For example, Python is a popular and versatile program language widely used in regression and neural network model due to its simplicity, readability, and extensive libraries. In Python, there is a library called scikit-learn or TensorFlow. We can make use of library and we can execute the requirements. We also can implement ANN models using libraries such as TensorFlow and PyTorch. And the final step is evaluation and testing, which involves accessing the performance and accuracy of AI and ML models. So there are several matrices we need to check that is like precision, recall, accuracy, and F1 score. F1 score is nothing but to measure the model performance against labeled or test data. This evaluation helps to validate the model's effectiveness and identify the area for the improvement. Basically, F1 is pre-decided depends on the precision and recall. That is how many retrieved elements are relevant and how many relevant items are retrieved. So these are the basic fundamentals of AI and ML. So next going to the emerging trends and future perspective, as we already talked about in the introduction part, combining AI and ML with other technologies, for example, cobots and exploration with IoT and other existing and growing technology, because the AI ML adding features to the industry 4.0. So there are the several ethical implications behind it while moving from 5.0 to 6.0. Our team people will give some inputs on it, and these are all the emerging areas and scope we can explore in our future. our team people will give some real time example explaining some of these things. Humans and machines collaborate to leverage their unique strength and overcome their limitation and achieve optimal performance and efficiency across different domains and tasks. While AI and ML and this machine learning system having the great strength of 4D, that is data deposition, mining, processing, and so on, we have the 2D as our strength, that is conscientiousness and consciousness. So collaborating our strength will make a better environment and better mankind in the future, and it will lead to the better revolution in industry. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Uma, for the wonderful presentation. I request our next presenter, Dr. Prasujya Datta, to kindly deliver his talk on augmented and virtual reality.
Hello, a very good afternoon to one and all. First of all, thank you, Twahira, for the brief introduction. And I'd like to thank Director CSIR-NEIST, Dr. G. Narahari Sastry, sir, for giving us this opportunity. Title is Augmented and Virtual Reality Enhancing Human and Machine Collaboration. So, from the title itself, you can come to know what exactly these two things can help in industry and how this can help in human and machine collaboration. So I'm just giving a brief regarding what exactly is the virtual and augmented reality. So in case of virtual reality, it uses the computer technology to create a simulated environment and places a user inside its virtual world. So like instead of navigating the web or playing a game through a screen, for example, you are just inside the digital world. So for this, the VR use several types of sensor inputs to create more immense experience such as touch, hearing, vision, and in some cases, smell. On the other hand, augmented reality uses the technology to enhance the real physical world. It does this by introducing digital visual elements, sound, and other types of simulators. It uses sensors, map, cameras, deep tracking, process data in order to show digital content relevant to what the user is looking at. So basically, in case of the virtual reality, it's take you into a virtual world after you are using that particular gadget. And in case of the augmented reality, using the gadget, you bring the digital things in your physical world. So that is how it differ from each other. So let's go to a brief history. So in 1962, cinematographer Morton Hagel created Sensorama, the first VR machine, which he has patented. It was like a large booth which can fit up to 4 people at a time. It combined multiple technologies to simulate all the senses. There was a combination of full color HD video, audio, vibration, smell, and some atmospheric effects such as wind. So during that era, he thought like he is changing the way how people used to go for movies and all, because this was the first time when he has developed something which is not with the things which are going on, like only watching a movie or something, but he has created something which can give you a real feeling of whatever you are watching in the television. Then, in case of the AR, the first AR machine was developed in 1968 by Ivan, and it is called the Sword of Damocles. So, why it is called so? Because if by mistake it fell on you, then it will kill you. So, wearing this on a public is of like very dangerous. As you can see, it's a big one in the lower image, as you can see. So, it was not unwearable in a public at during that era. So, this is just a scenario like what was going on in 1962. And if we come to the recent future, present scenario, in 2012, Oculus Rift was invented, and this is also a little bit bigger in compared to what is available right now. That is like Apple Air glasses and Microsoft HoloLens. And the most updated product is Apple Vision Pro, which is launched just 8 days ago. And in the screen, the in the right corner, upper right corner, you can see by wearing that gadget, you can literally place all the icons in your physical world. Like everything will be in front of you, and you can operate it with the like with the help of your eyeballs, and you can change it with your texture, but everything can be done without touching it. So this is what in 2023 the new machineries, like how we have come from 1962 to 2023. So these are all about the brief history. But if you go through Mahabharata, so we know that Sanjaya, the advisor to the blind king Dhritarashtra, he narrated blow by blow account of the war happening in Kurukshetra, so which was almost 80 kilometers away from where they were. So like at during those eras also, Sanjaya is able to narrate each and everything to his king Dhritarashtra without going there. So probably it was kind of the same technology which they used to use in that particular era. Now coming to human machine collaboration, like AR and VR, how can it help human being? So see, basically it will reduce human errors, it will provide real-time data and instruction, it will improve the efficiency and productivity, then it will also enhance safety and provide a virtual training environment. And it will also improve customer experience by providing because it is a like learning process. They have earned the immense experience, and it will give customer a good feedback on it. So now, why we need the AR or VR in our industry? The thing is that in when we are talking about Industry 5.0 and beyond, in smart manufacturing, the importance of visualization and requirement for human understandable communication in a variety of scenarios such as automation, product designing and development, and production are of utmost important. But it is very difficult for human to interpret the data at the real time. It will take time. However, when we are utilizing AR and VR, it reduce the time, then it improve the quality and reduce the warranty cost also by improving the yield in benchmark lines. So that's why we need the AR and VR in Industry 5.0 and beyond. And moreover, when you see like designing something in a flat screen is like not so much interesting, and you cannot go through the 3D structure. However, when you are utilizing AR and VR, you can see the whole design in a 3D system. So these are the application of AR and VR which right now going on. So in case of the healthcare, as you know that consultation and telemedicine which is going on, and in healthcare we also provide virtual training for the medical professions, and it improve patient outcomes and provide virtual rehabilitation and therapy. So in case of the education system, we know that after the COVID lockdown, whole school, whole around the world came to the virtual classes, and now it is also providing virtual field trips and simulations, and is also improving the education in such a way that they can go through the 3D structure of each and everything, whatever they're in their textbooks. In case of manufacturing, you can see the assembly line can be improved with the help of AR and VR. Then it will provide real-time instruction. Then it will reduce the maintenance cost, and it will provide augmented maintenance procedures, and it will also improve workers' safety. So when we come to the entertainment industry, as we know that there are lots of gamings and all which have been developed in last 5 to 10 years, which are very realistic. Apart from that, AR and VR can also provide virtual concerts and event, and it will can also provide virtual tourism. So moreover, the utilization of AR and VR can create new revenue to the entertainment industry. So these are the key players in AR and VR market. As we can see, the Microsoft is presently in the top with 21% share, followed by Google, Samsung, Apple, and Sony. And if you go through like what are the future of AR and VR, so I believe that in future the technologies are expected to become more affordable and accessible, and probably we can revolutionize the remote working and collaboration system, and probably we will be more integrated with the AI and IoT, and it will create more job opportunities. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad, for the great presentation. Moving on to the next speaker, I request Dr. Sumit Singh to kindly deliver his talk on robotics and automation.
Thank you, Dr. Toira. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor that today I'm going to give a talk on game changing and path breaking technology entitled robotics and automation, human robot collaboration, cobots. So human robot interaction is a study dedicated to understanding, designing and evaluating robotic system. Interaction requires communication between humans and robots. So based on the relationship between human and robots, the interactions and communication can be separated into two general categories. That is remote interaction and proximate interaction. In a remote interaction, the human and the robot are not co-located and are separated spatially or even temporally. In proximate interaction, the humans and the robots are co-located and always working together in very close proximity. So automation. Now coming to the next slide, that is automation. It is nothing but simply the use of technology to ease human labor or to do any work which is beyond the mental and physical capabilities of human. You can see in the picture, it's a simple calculation. If you do have to simple calculation, you have to go lot of addition, deletions, but with a simple machine, that is calculator, you can do this in a fraction of second. So reasons for automation. No, why automation? Simply because to increase labor productivity, to reduce labor cost, to improve worker safety, to accomplish processes that cannot be done manually, to avoid the high cost of not automating. So there are so many applications of automations. Here are some major applications in different areas you can see here in transporting, in working, in packaging. In the picture, you can see the vehicle on autopilot mode, the robots working in the offices, and you can see all the work in the industry and factories doing carried out by the robots for packaging and to lift the heavy materials. Apart from this, there are other areas where human robots interaction is very much prominent, like robots in healthcare, acceptance, interactive robots, autonomous vehicles, brain computer interfaces. But the most important area where robotics plays a very important role, that is healthcare. In this sector, especially socially interactive robots are increasingly used in the healthcare system. In fact, robots have already started exploring medicine, application of science and technology to prevent injury and disease. Now, these days, telerobotic systems are being used to perform surgery, also resulting in shorter recovery times. In some cases, robotic systems are also delivering physical therapy. There are also some cases where robotic system can provide therapy, coaching, and motivation that supplement human care. Now, talking about the robots, we have different robots which belong to different generations. Talking about the first generation robot, they were designed to perform factory work. They perform simple tasks that were dangerous for people. They were used to lift heavy objects, to handle the hot material. In the picture, you can see the earlier robotic. Now, talking about the second generation robot, they used to perform much more complex tasks and simulate many human functions. These robots can move, sense surroundings, and also respond to change in the environment. So if we talk about the today's robots, they are applied in more complex fields like in space research programs, for security measures, in medical field, etc. Here another very important form of robots, or you can say updated version of robot, that is cobots, also known as collaborative robots. They interact with the human beings and also work in close proximity. We can safely say that the most important aspect of cobots in healthcare system. How cobots are transforming the healthcare industry? By doing commendable job in drug delivery, pharmaceutical industry, laboratory testing, surgery, rehabilitation, healthcare device manufacturing. So there are tiny cobots could help in drug delivery nanoparticles to reach their targeted sites in bloodstreams, which is very astonishing field now these days. So here is another very important aspect of cobots, that is in pharmaceutical industry, by performing various functions, you can say, in quality control, dosing, dispense medication in pharmaceutical labs, produce high quality medicine, cobots mixing, drug protection and packaging. Here is another very important area where cobots plays an important role, that is in laboratory, by performing various functions like testing of blood, high repetitions, perform multiple tests in parallel. Then there is another very important area, that is telesurgery. So talking about the important and highly advanced area, that is remote surgery. My earlier colleague Dr. Prasuja just mentioned about the remote surgery, that one any surgeon sitting in any area in the world, like that is in America, and performing surgery for any other patient which is sitting in another continent. So you can perform this remote surgery very easily with the help of these cobots. Very useful for treating wounded people in battlefield, and also to treat the people which are living in far-flung areas and in very remote areas. Apart this, there are another areas where it plays very important role, that is rehabilitation and cutting of bone. So in rehabilitation, you can see a wheelchair with intelligent navigational control system. The elderly people who can't move, who can't do day-to-day basis their work, this is very helpful. So in cutting of bone, there is in the picture you can see the cobot, that is Carlo, is world's first medical tactile cobot that can cut bone without contact and with cold laser technology. So these are the other miscellaneous application of healthcare cobotics, that is automatic billing, appointment reminders, electronic medical records, clinical management. Apart from healthcare system, there is a very interesting field, that is entertainment field, where we are using a lot of applications of these cobots. That is, you can see a lot of VFX and CGI work is going on in Bollywood and as well as Hollywood. A lot of movies are dedicated to robots there. You can see we are making now 4D movies, 9D movies, other motion pictures, direction. So here cobots play a very important role. Now, as we have already entered into the industry 5.0, where human robot interaction is the most important part and kind of boon to mankind. But as we already said, there is always two faces for one thing. If with every technology there comes pros and cons also. But apart from this, there are some future challenges also in human robot co-working, like legal and regulatory issues. Without the necessary regulations, human robot co-working will create many problems. First of all, we need to legally define what is robot and how can we use robot in a working area. Another issue is personal preference towards working with robots. There will be people who will be eager to work with robots and who will strongly oppose to the idea of working with robots. If organization mostly consists of employees with a negative attitude towards robots, then their transition to human robot co-working will not be easy or even can't be possible. Another issue is psychological issues resulting from human robot co-working. As we know, any new technology can make the mankind slave very easily, like video games, smartphones. We can't stay without technology for a one day. There is a nanophobia, that is no mobile phone phobia. So we are kind of slaves now. So we have to see how robots can be do work in a sustainable manner with the human beings in a same working area, which is also the main motive and main goal of the industry 5.0, that is the sustainable use of all game changing and cutting edge science and technology. So with this, but I'm leaving a very important question is there. Humans competing with the robots? Are robots complementing humans? So this is the question we have to answer, we have to figure out. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit, for the wonderful presentation. May I now request our next panelist, Dr. Udita Basu, to kindly deliver her talk on big data and advanced analytics. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the fifth talk of this online seminar series on Industry 5.0 and beyond. I am Dr. Udita Basu, and today I will talk about big data and advanced analytics, and will also briefly discuss about the prospect of these technologies in real world. So, let's start with the big data. Big data, as the name suggests, is the vast amount of data we are generating every day from various sources, including our social media accounts, the mobile devices, and the online transactions we are doing on day-to-day basis. These data are of no use if we don't get any meaningful information out of it. And thus come the need for the systematic exploration and interpretation of this data, which we know as the analytics. In our digitally driven world, big data analysis is benefiting different sections of the society, whether it is the healthcare or medicine, the finance sector, or even the agriculture. And we will look into some of these sectors as the upcoming slide. So before going to that portion, let's start to understand what are the big challenges that comes with big data. We will begin with the three V's: volume, velocity, and variety. Basically, the large amount of data we are generating, the speed of its generation, and the diversity in terms of data sources and format. Another thing we need to take care of is the data quality. Big data require processing due to prevalence of noisy and incomplete data points. And finally, we should also keep in mind that big data analysis requires spacious, scalable infrastructure and highly skilled expertise to get any meaningful insight from it. Here comes the need for advanced analytics, which help us uncover the hidden pattern, gain deeper insight, and enable more accurate prediction. What it does is that it employs predictive modeling technique to forecast future outcome based on the historical data. Let's try to understand how this predictive modeling works. The first step is the data collection, followed by data quality enhancement through cleaning and processing. The data is then used to train a model based on which it predicts the outcome of the test data. Based on the accuracy and prediction of the model, this model is continuously improved as more and more data sets are taken into consideration. Broadly, 4 different tasks are performed during this advanced analytics. The first is classification of a new data, clustering of a set of data, identifying patterns within this data set, and simulation to generate data similar to the observation collected. These advanced analytic techniques empowers organization to make data-driven decisions and develop effective strategies. Let's now look into real-world problems. In real world, the problems are mostly complex in nature and only one model may not be sufficient to get a possible solution. In these cases, assemble method is used where several models are taken into consideration to get the best possible solution to complex problems. We'll now look into some real-world scenario where we are using this advanced analytics and artificial intelligence. In medicine, the techniques are very extensively used in disease prediction through integration of diverse datasets such as gene expression profile, epigenetic data, and clinical phenotypic data. These days, we have also moved into smart agriculture, where high throughput data analysis has been crucial to identify superior genetic variant that can be utilized to develop improved varieties of crops and cattle. Advanced analytics are also part of every field of research, whether it is any type of network analysis, in case of biological or ecological network, or any other research-related activities. The use of advanced analytics is also evident in astronomy, where image processing and spectral analysis provide crucial information about composition, temperature, and motion of astronomical objects. In the finance sector, we can use this technique to identify anomalies and suspicious patterns in the transaction, which can be then used for fraud detection. Big data analysis help traders in market analysis and improve their investment strategies. We all receive those happy birthday messages from our bank, and these kind of personalized services and other tailor marketing campaigns improve customer retention and satisfaction in the banking sector. We all love Zomato and Swiggy. These big food tech companies are also relying on big data analysis for recommending restaurants, predicting demands, optimizing delivery time, improving customer services, targeting market campaign, and these also help them identify new business opportunities. These are few tools which are used by these companies for data storage, data processing, both real-time and historical, and data visualization to make informed and better decisions for the growth of their company. Big data is making its mark everywhere. You may also have come across another term widely used these days, machine learning. Machine learning is a part of artificial intelligence which gives computer the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed to do so. Let's try to understand using this a simple example. Think of this car. Using large number of data set, the computer will look closely to the features of a car, based on which it will be able to classify a car from everything else. It will develop a machine learning model and then optimize and tune the model to get accurate results. There are 3 types of machine learning. Supervised machine learning, which uses a training data such as used in fraud detection, spam detection, and diagnostic. Unsupervised machine learning identifies the pattern without using any training data set. And it has been used for text mining, biological network analysis, city planning, to name a few. The final one is the reinforcement learning, where machine learns on its own based on a reward-based system. These learning systems are used extensively in gaming, finance, and robotic navigation. These are only a few examples where advanced analytics and machine learning have been widely used in real world. It is very much part of our life now. Here are a few state-of-art languages and tools used for big data analysis. We have Python, R, MATLAB, SAS, SPSS, and Julia, to name a few, which help us doing the complex statistical computing and data analysis. In conclusion, advanced analytic techniques are powerful tools of modern digital world, and with great power comes greater responsibilities. Responsible data utilization and data privacy should be our priority in the upcoming days. Innovation in data analysis is the future and has huge potential for budding researchers. Industry can acquire competitive edge, spur innovation, and make wise decisions that result in success by utilizing the power of information. This presentation is just an introduction to the impact of big data analysis as we transition to Industry 5.0 and beyond. Feel free to go through these books for beginners to know more. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Dr. Udita, for the insightful presentation. Moving on to the next speaker, I request Dr. Robinson Timu to kindly deliver his talk on Internet of Things.
So, good afternoon, one and all. I'm Dr. Robinson Timu, uh, and thank you, Dr. Twahira, for introducing me. So, I'll be talking on the topic IoT for herbarium, a case study. So, IoT has wide applications in every field areas. So, herbarium is also one of the uh, room in which we can integrate the IoT. So, let's briefly know about what IoT is all about. IoT is an umbrella term that refers to billions of physical objects connected to the internet, all collecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the internet. So, to integrate IoT into the industry 5.0, we can say that IoT plays a crucial role in enabling the principles of Industry 5.0 by fostering the human machine collaboration, data driven decision making, personalization, collaborative robotics, and sustainability. So, by leveraging IoT technology, Industry 5.0 aims to create a harmonious and symbiotic relationship between the human and machines, driving innovations, productivity, and value in the manufacturing industry. So the ecosystem of IoT is all about the different components. Like we have different devices or sensors uh, in which it is being connected with the cloud system. So we need to use the cloud computing system, data analytics and AI, then applications and service. So all this gets connected and form the ecosystem of IoT. So the ultimate goal of IoT is to automate human life. So it has wide applications. I have all as already mentioned, like in the different areas, like in the field of education, transport, business, home. In every field, the IoT is applicable. So we can say that IoT has a lots to explore because it is like only a tip of the iceberg right now, and it we can explore a lot and apply it in different areas for its better productivity and effectiveness. So by integrating IoT, it increases the performance of the system, and also it minimizes the cost. It becomes more innovative, and also can be generated the revenue for the unit. As I was talking about herbarium, herbarium mostly being from IT and other computer field, they won't maybe come across such word. Herbarium is actually a repository of dried plant specimens that are stored, cataloged, and arranged by family, genus, and species. The dried plant specimens are stored in the herbarium by putting particular definite labels, which might contain the plants descriptions, like the collector's name, the collector's number, the date of collection, locality of the collection, the geographical coordinates, the habitat of the plants. The labels might be different for different herbarium, but most of the herbarium will follow certain specific database by following this uh, levels. Working in the herbarium involves various tasks related to the management, preservation, and research of plant specimens. The key aspects are specimen collection and preparation, specimen identification, data entry and management, preservation and conservation, data integration, and digitalization of the data. To work in the herbarium, a person requires a passion for plants. He or she should have a strong organizational skills and solid understanding of the plant taxonomy and preservation techniques. Herbarium collections typically utilize specific storage methods, like it can be stored in different herbarium sheets, cabinets and drawers, compact shelving, slide cabinets, specimen boxes, etc. By integrating IoT technologies in herbarium, the herbarium becomes smart as it enhances the management process. The preservation and accessibility of the plant specimens can be um, uh, through remote places. By the potential application of IoT in herbarium includes the sensor integration, like the environment of the herbarium can be monitored for different environmental conditions, like we can monitor the temperature, humidity, light levels, and air quality. Remote controlling can be done. The images can be digitalized and accessed by people from all over the world. And by integrating IoT in the herbarium, the security measurements can be monitored, as we can detect the unauthorized entry and also provide the real-time alerts to the appropriate authorities. So, talking about if we compare the traditional herbarium with IoT-based herbarium, so in the traditional herbarium, all the activities has to be done manually or physically. But if we consider IoT-based herbarium, so we can do the real time monitoring by uh, managing from the remote areas. So, uh, talking about the herbarium, we can take the example of the smart home, in which if we initiate the IoT systems in the smart home, it enables the connectivity and automation of the various devices and systems within the home, within the room. So the key applications of IoT in a particular room can be that it enables the home automation, room automation, which I mean, and energy management can be done. The sensitivity and surveillance can be properly monitored from the remote places, and maintenance, the health and wellness can also be monitored through the IoT system. So the integration of IoT technology in the smart rooms, as for example in the herbarium, can offer convenience, energy efficiency, security, and a personalization system. IoT actually consists of different layers. It has multiple layers like the perception layer, which is the bottommost layer of IoT system, comprising various sensors, actuators, and devices that collect data from physical environment. The network layer handles the communication between IoT and the rest of the system, and the application layer, where the IoT data is processed, analyzed, and used to deliver specific functionalities and services. This layer may involve data analytics, machine learning algorithms, visualization tools, etc. And the security layer, which provides the protection from potential threats and vulnerabilities. It also ensures confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data within the IoT system. So, with this, I would like to conclude my talk saying that IoT is still in the is still a tip of the iceberg. So, it can a lot has to be explored, and it can be applied in every field and uh, systems. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Robinson, for the wonderful presentation. May I now request our next presenter, Dr. Sridhar Hiramat, to deliver his talk on cloud computing.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Tohira. Actually, during my childhood days, so whenever I wanted to watch some movies or play some games, so I'd go to some shops and buy these CD drives like CDs or maybe some cassettes to play the games. But now the technology has developed in such a way that everything is at your finger of the tips. Because, for example, if just you can sit at your home and browse n number of movies or play n number of games, the giant companies like Prime, Amazon Prime, or Netflix, they're actually providing you with a huge amount of, a huge number of movies, so which you can just sit at your home and play all those things. How is this possible? Where they're actually storing all these movies or maybe some, documentaries, all those things. How they're actually, maintaining these things? For all these baffling questions, there is only single answer. So that is the cloud computing. Metaphorically, this cloud has been, compared to the collection of servers that host software and infrastructure. So, and whatever the applications or softwares are actually present in the cloud, so that can be accessed via internet. So, in a layman language, if I want to define this cloud computing, I can say that it's nothing but storing and accessing data programs over the internet instead of our computer hardware. And in day-to-day life, we use actually Gmail, Yahoo, Instagram, Facebook, so many applications, right? So these all these applications are storing some data somewhere, in the cloud. Maybe because see, to maintain all this data, they require high-end servers and very good internet services and all those things. But still, see, we don't have any problem while using Gmail or maybe Facebook or anything like that. So they are maintaining it very well. How they are maintaining it? Yes, they are maintaining through the cloud computation. And this cloud computation has a multifaceted role. So this can be used as a virtual server or maybe a storage unit. And mobile itself is one of the tiny cloud computing device that everybody has. Means everybody, you can say they're expert in the cloud computing. So at the same time, there are so many applications which are present in the internet that we are always using, and even the databases. So basically, this cloud computing has been divided into two categories. So one is based on the service, and the other one is based on the deployment. So first, based on the service, it has been actually divided, or it has been categorized into IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. So in IaaS means actually infrastructure as a service. But yes, in the day-to-day life, we take some photos, videos, and then we upload to the Google Cloud. So Google Cloud is one of the best example for IaaS, because see, we are using their infrastructure or the storage capacity to store our photos or mobile, like videos that we capture through our mobile. So we're using it as an infrastructure. Mainly the persons who are involved in like infrastructure or architectural network architectural work, they use this as a service. And apart from that, this PaaS means platform as a service. So here you're using this cloud as a platform to build some applications or design some applications. So mainly the developers actually use this as one of their main thing. Okay. And the next one is software as a service. So we are all the users of software because we use so many applications. So as I earlier said in the previous slide, so we use Gmail, we use Yahoo, and so many things, right? So we are all beneficiaries of this software as a service. So apart from this cloud computing has been divided on the basis of deployment as private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. So actually, to make it very easy, let me explain this with a scenario. let's compare this private cloud to a private vehicle. Means let's say I have a own vehicle, so I have all the control over my vehicle. So there is high security, and I can access each and every functions of my own vehicle. So this can be compared to the private cloud. So an organization can have their own cloud wherein there is a high amount of security and they have all the access to their data. And obviously it is bit costly because obviously when you want to maintain your own vehicle, you need to spend a lot, right? So the same way maintaining the private cloud is very costly. And this public cloud can be compared to the public transport, maybe you can say bus. So wherein we can suppose if I want to travel from Jorhat to Guwahati, so I have to pay them, I have to pay the conductor, right? But to maintain the bus or to fill the fuel and other things, actually the authority is going to maintain these things. So similarly, the public cloud will be maintained by some authorities. We're just paying them for using their servers or using their storage capacity or for using their computational resources. And the last one, that is hybrid cloud. So this hybrid cloud can be compared to a taxi, wherein which can be used as their own vehicle, or which can be given for some tourism or something like that, right? So hybrid cloud is a combination of private and public cloud. So this cloud computing has so many features or characteristics because of which it has become one of the best technologies in this industry 5.0 or 4.0 or whatever revolution that is taking place in case of industries. So there are some few. So I have just picked some of the important characteristics of this cloud computing. The first one is resource pooling. See, maybe like I would like to use Gmail or like whole day. Maybe Dr. Tahara want to use some YouTube. Maybe Dr. Tankeswar want to use like Facebook and other things. So there are all these people, like the Google is actually compiling all the resources and providing it. So that's how the cloud providers are actually pooling the resources and then they're distributing according to the client necessity. And the next one is on-demand self-storage. For example, if I want to store something, photos or videos, then only I'm using this Google cloud storage. Otherwise, I'm not using it. Just on demand, I'm using it. And the maintenance of this cloud space or cloud storage computation is a bit easier when compared to the physical servers or something. And the very, very important characteristic of this cloud computing is scalability and rapid elasticity. So this I would like to explain with a small scenario. I think you might all have heard about a big billion day sale, right, in Flipkart. So when there is big billion day sale, what happens? Everybody will try to browse their website and to buy so many stuffs and other things. So what happens when most of the people try to browse their website? So it might be prone to crashing. The website might crash. So for that reason, what they can see, they can't for just for one day they can't buy some physical servers or computational resources to maintain their website. Instead of that, we can ask the cloud providers to provide only for that particular day. So because of all these characteristics, it is so economical. And next is measured and reporting services. For example, let's say I'm using some Gmail or something. I have the accountability for my storage, means how much I'm using, even so how much I'm using, how much is left. So everything, that accountability will be provided by these cloud service providers. And definitely our data is under protection or under security because they have so many backup of the data. So if even if we lose something also, that can be retrieved back. And automation, definitely. So all these computational resources, they don't have much of human interference. And resiliency and availability. See, if there is any disruption in this cloud storage, means it has the ability to restart itself or give us the data back. So that is the main capacity of this cloud computing. And let's say I'm uploading some photos or some from videos from India, and I'll ask a friend who is residing in USA to watch it. How this is possible? This is due to the large network access. And of course, it has so many aspects, like it has so many uses in the field of science and technology also. So being, scientists or being in the researchers, we always try to use some databases, maybe let's say NCBI databases to browse some genomic data, or maybe some, chemical databases. So for all this, managing these databases, the cloud provides them the storage, computational resources, and so many things. Let's say so I'll ask some students to, perform the ingest data where they do not have high-end processor, RAMs or clock speed, which are having CPUs having the high clock speed and other things. So when it is not there, so these people who are in that poor laboratory, they can actually use platforms which are already present in the internet. That is, for example, Galaxy platform. So one of the wonderful platform wherein you can actually carry out all your like whatever the analysis are there very easily without putting any money in buying new servers or new CPUs or something like that. And collaboration and data sharing, obviously, because if I want to collaborate with a scientist who is sitting in Bangalore, so I can just send him I can share him data through some drive or something like that. Then I can ask him to collaborate with me for my work and something like. So it has become very easy. Now the industry 4.0 or 5.0, it mainly stands on machine learning and artificial intelligence. Yes, of course, these are very, very important things, right? But how? If you want to excel in this ML or AI, interventions, you need to have a strong or pre-built algorithms or powerful GPUs to do all your work. So that is actually that resources are given by the cloud computers. Then Internet of Things has been used to build various applications and so other things. So already I think I have discussed about these 3 points. There is the cost efficiency, scalability, data security, and all those things. So these are also one of the major applications in the areas of science and technology. So these are some of the common, maybe web servers or applications that we use in the day-to-day life. Just let me explain about VirtualBox. Okay, VirtualBox is such, a kind of machine wherein, let's say, in my laptop there is only Windows, so I need to work or run some applications in Linux system or maybe Ubuntu system. So what I can do, so for that reason, I cannot buy new laptop, right? So instead of that, I just install this VirtualBox, and virtually you can actually install the Linux operating system and work, like you can carry out whatever the work you need to do. So these are again the different databases which are actually depending on the cloud computational resources. And as in the previous slide, I was discussing about the Galaxy server, right? So this Galaxy server has high computational resources in such a way that, so whatever the complex database like data analysis, if you want to carry it out, so you can carry out it very easy. The only thing you require is internet. So again, there are some web servers like Expressy or maybe iTaser. Yes. See, even our institute, CSIR-NEIST, is not lagging behind in using this artificial intelligence or machine learning or this cloud computation resources. So this is the best example. So scientists from our institute have developed one of the software on Galaxy platform, that is MPDS, Molecular Property Diagnostic Suite. So earlier, suppose if I want to carry out some docking analysis or MD simulation, so I had to have different applications to carry out all these works. But now in this just Galaxy platform, you just have some workflows there, and just take your data or upload your data and carry out all the resources at one place. And here also, what you need just an internet for accessing this data set. Okay. And this cloud computation is even still important to be in the industrial 6.0, because see, now actually this cloud computation has been individually used in artificial intelligence or machine learning, something like that. But maybe in the industry 6.0, this cloud computing might bring out all the technologies to work together, so which will ultimately lead to the new product development, and maybe the productivity will increase, which will ultimately lead to the increasing of the job opportunities in maybe in the manufacturing or various other sectors. See, every coin has two faces, head and tail, right? So in the same way, every technology has pros and cons. So till now, we have discussed about so many pros of this, cloud computing, but still it has got some, cons, which we need to improve maybe in the upcoming, say, Industry 6.0 or something like that. So the major problem is data protection and data recovery. So it has become, still, even though cloud providers claim that they are very good at protecting the customer data and other things, but still they are not 100% sure on it. And even managing these computing resources through servers and other things, it's still difficult. So still we need to improve our technology in this. And regulatory and compliance restrictions, for example, see, in China and Europe, they have such a restriction that their data should not pass from their country. So maybe these cloud providers have to set up some local storage capacities within the country. So these are some of the challenges. Of course, these can be, I think, overcome in the coming era. So I would like to end up my seminar topic with a saying, that is, cloud is about how you do computing, not where you do computing. You can sit anywhere, maybe Antarctica, anywhere. You just require is internet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sridhar, for the very wonderful presentation. May I now request Dr. Srinivas Ambala to kindly deliver his talk on green manufacturing.
Thank you, Dr. Taira. Good afternoon, everyone. I will be delivering talk on the green manufacturing. Green manufacturing is an emerging sustainable solution for production and manufacturing. It has the potential to tackle the world's environmental issues that we face today.
Green manufacturing emphasizes the minimizing environmental impact and promoting sustainability. It also offers eco-friendly practices, resource conservation, and waste reduction. It mainly defined as the renewal of production of process and the establishment of environmentally friendly operations within the manufacturing field. So basically, it has a system that integrates the product and process design issues of manufacturing sector. So in green manufacturing, every stage of the product life cycle should be considered, right from the material selection until the end stage of product life cycle. So here is the product life cycle. The product life cycle starts with the selection of raw material, that is the source of the raw material. Here, the manufacturing units must focus to reduce the use of natural resources or the natural resource consumption. Then it comes the manufacturing and production, where the manufacturing units to focus on the reduced emission of pollutions. After this, it comes the transportation. So the manufacturing units should focus on the sustainable transportation or the eco-friendly transportations. It refers to mode of transportation and the system that have minimal negative impacts on the environment. So we should use electric vehicles here. So finally, it involves usage and disposal. If the product have the capability to reuse, we must reuse it, and uh, after usage, we should dispose that product, that wastage, uh, in a proper manner where it should not impact the affect the environment. In this slide, I would like to discuss how conventional manufacturing unit can be transformed into a green manufacturing unit. So the conventional manufacturing units should start practicing these three verticals where they should start utilizing this green energy, the energy that should not cause the environmental issues. The unit should focus on the renewable energies like solar, wind, tidal, and water, etc. Manufacturing units should also focus on the green process, where they should minimize the production of greenhouse gases and carbon footprints. They also should focus on their outcomes, their products. The produced products should be biodegradable or reusable materials. Here is the waste management hierarchy uh, that every individual and the manufacturing unit should practice. So one must try to prevent the usage of hazardous or environmentally issue causing materials. If it is not possible, at least we should try to reduce the usage. If a product has the capability to reuse, we should reuse it and recycle it. In the final stage, we should focus on the disposal that should be done in a proper manner where the disposal material should not affect the environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Srinivas, for the great presentation. May I now request our last but not the least panelist, Dr. Tonkeshwar Das, to deliver his talk on artificial intelligence in space elevator.
Thank you so much, Tahira, for introducing me. So, good evening, one and all present online. Thank you so much for being with us. Today, I'm going to talk about something interesting in which I am not a subject expert, but I am going to give you some of the ideas which I have collected. And on that subject matter, you can easily get from the available from the online. So, let's begin with my presentation. So, every great advance in science has issued from a new audacity of the imagination. So today I'm going to talk about the science imagination going to make the reality by the global scientific community, that is called the space elevator, a revolutionary green road to the space, and the application of the artificial intelligence to make this happen. So first question in our mind is that what is space elevator? So space elevator is nothing but a very depend upon a very simple concept that is called dynamics of uniform circular motion, that is based on the two forces. One is the centrifugal force and another one is the centripetal force. Like when you, I, or something else can swing a stone or a ball tied with a string. So in a definition, we can say that a space elevator is a physical connection from the Earth surface to the geostationary Earth orbit, that is around 35,786 kilometers in altitude, by a tether, or simply we can say that by a cable. A counterweight is also conceptualized at the upper end, keeping the center of mass well above the geostationary Earth orbit level by producing the required upward centrifugal or centripetal force from the Earth's rotation to fully counter the downward gravity and keeping the cable or tether upright and taut. So again, question in our mind is that why we need a space elevator? So I have collected some of the data why actually we have need space elevator. So it will provide the cost-effective, efficient, environment-friendly transport system for payloads and the humans from Earth to space. Eliminate excessive rocket launches that causes environmental damage and enables important green emissions such as space solar power, which can replace hundreds of coal power plants. It can also provide fast transit to the Mars as short as 61 days. It would also, by providing this space elevator, we can release towards the Mars every day. No need to wait for 26 months. We can also release massive amount of cargo. This around 180,000 metric tons per year to the geostationary Earth orbit or beyond that. We can also manage and control the environment system from the space. We can also reduce the global warming system. We can also expands the satellite network. We can also think about the next generation space-based research and futuristic science experiment. So definitely the space elevator will create a new path for exploration, resource utilization, aerospace industries, and interaction, collaboration, and cooperation on a large scale that I, or something else never been seen before. So question again in our mind is that is there any research is going on today? So the first concept of the space elevator was first proposed by the Russian scientist Konstantin in 1895, and further so many technical papers and studies has been done. And the first technical paper was published in 1975, then 1979, and NASA also did some of the research experiment and they have published their document. And also the International Size Elevator Consortium have done lots of study from 2010 to 2022, and their research is going on. And also one of the interesting book has been published by the NASA. So thing is that if research is going on, why space elevator is till now is not made by the scientific community? So there is some of the technical challenges. So what are the technical challenges? The main technical challenges I have noted down: the marine node, that is the position where the cable or the space elevator connected in the Earth's surface. Another one is the climber, and another one is the counterweight. Another one is the most technical challenging part is the tether material, electromagnetic propulsion, laser power transmission, real-time monitoring and decision making, navigation system, complex operation, and another one is the most important factor is the quantum materials and definitely the safety. And These all technical challenges definitely can be solved or conceptualized by the AI or robotics, and AI and robotics will be play a game-changing role for making this to a reality. So, but thing is that before going to AI and robotics, we have to think about how the artificial intelligence will solve this problem. So I have noted down some of the points. So the artificial intelligence will help to design and construction of the space elevator. It will also provide where you can make this space elevator. It will also managing the dynamics of the tether material or cable material. It also help to detect the prediction of the stress points, potential risks, real-time monitoring and maintenance of the space elevator, optimize the space elevator, monitoring the health of the space elevator, monitoring the health of the human as well as the robotic system, as well as the intelligent sensor network like camera or etc. and real-time data, weathering pattern, and AI-based collision avoidance system can minimize the risk of the collision with the space debris, and so on, so on. But thing is that to come to a picture to incorporate this AI always need to reliability and robustness of the AI algorithms in extreme space environment is a crucial. So that is why it need testing, validation, and redundancy measurements. So at the same time, we also need large amount of quantum materials. So another one of the interesting thing is that what will be the tether material? So it was proposed that carbon nanotubes and graphene will be the most suitable candidate for preparation of the tether material or cable. But again, to prepare or production of carbon nanomaterial as well as graphene production is a very game changing, is a very tedious job. As well as graphene production is also it is a very tedious job because to produce a large scale graphene production is not a very easy process, and as well as for a tether material the graphene material should be in single crystal line. So as you know that graphene is the most strongest material in the earth, and as you can see in the table that graphene has a around fracture strength around 124 gigapascal. So research is going on, and interestingly the one Chinese scientist has found that the carbon nanotube which have tensile strength around over 80 gigapascal. So this material will be a candidate material for future tether material development. So again, question is that what will the raw material for large scale production of graphene or carbon nanotube? So is there any material available at abundant? Yes, coal will be the most cheapest candidate for the graphene production at a large scale. But to make coal to graphene, it is also always a game changing technology or always a game changing process. So as you can say that yes, definitely we can make from coal to graphene, but need large amount of coal, and the worldwide coal reserve is around 10 lakhs 74,000 million tons, and in India it is around 1 lakh 87,000 million tons, and in northeastern region it is around 1,600 million tons. So definitely coal will be the sweetest and most cheapest material for making of the tether material. So when India will build up a space elevator, it is the most demanding question. So I have not found any data in the internet when India will going to build up a space elevator. But I have found some of the data that the 6 areas on the global are potential site for the space elevator, and 2 of these are in the Indian Oceans. It is very interesting. And again, Union Minister of Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh announced that the Indian Space Research Organization is ready to launch a India first Atmanirbhar human flight, Gaganyaan, by the year 2024, which will enter the space. So again, to make this real happen, again, the cabinet approved one of the national quantum mission. It is around 6,000 crore. So definitely it will help to make some of the game changing technology. So if India will going to make a space elevator near future in a suppose in a mission mode project, then can CSI NEIST will take part in the mission mode project? Yes, we can, as we have expertise in advanced computation and data sciences, material sciences, nanotechnology, coal and energy sector, engineering sector, and other mm, multi-purpose division is also present in our institute. So definitely we can take part in this mission mode project. So definitely the space elevator will come to a reality very soon. Thank you so much for listening me.
Thank you, Dr. Tankeshwar, for the insightful presentation. With this wonderful series of presentation, we come to an end to our today's seminar. A big thank you to all of our participants, and certificate for today's seminar will be mailed to all the registered participants. At the culmination of this event, I, on behalf of Director and CSIR-NEIST staff, extend my heartfelt thanks to one and all. If anyone has any further queries, can post their questions in the comment box of our YouTube channel. That's all for today's seminar. Thank you for your kind presence.